You ever see a car sitting on a dealer lot for months and wonder why nobody's buying it? There's a reason. Some cars are so bad, dealers can't even give them away, even with discounts, trade-in deals, or special offers. From engines that fail before 60,000 miles to transmissions that cost more than the car's worth. These models have earned their spot on the do not buy list. Stay tuned because number 4 is so unreliable, entire fleets had to be recalled, and mechanics still call it one of the biggest disasters ever sold. Number 10. 2013 Dodge Dart. Starting off the list at number 10 is the 2013 Dodge Dart. Dodge entered the compact sedan market hoping to compete with the likes of the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla. The Dart looked promising on paper, with its aggressive styling, tech-packed interior, and the option of a turbocharged engine. However, this car was riddled with mechanical issues right out of the gate. The biggest problem with the Dart was its 2.0-liter engine, which was prone to burning excessive oil. By the time many owners hit 50,000 miles, they were noticing their oil levels dropping alarmingly fast. Combine that with its 6-speed automatic transmission, which tended to slip and fail, and you have a recipe for disaster. The Dart also had a reputation for a shaky ride, awkward handling, and an uninspiring interior. Despite being priced aggressively to attract buyers, the Dart failed to catch on, leaving dealers with stock they couldn't unload. Even after heavy discounts, these cars just sat on lots. Dodge eventually pulled the plug on the Dart in 2016, marking its failure as one of the most costly flops in recent memory. Number 9. 2007 to 2012 Ford Edge. Coming in at number 9 is the 2007 to 2012 Ford Edge. Ford's Edge was marketed as a stylish and practical crossover SUV. And while it had a decent amount of space, it wasn't enough to compensate for its serious reliability issues. One of the biggest complaints with the Ford Edge was its transmission. Ford used a 6-speed automatic transmission that was prone to slipping, rough shifting, and outright failure in most cases. Many owners reported needing to replace their transmissions well before the car hit 100,000 miles. On top of that, the Edge's 3.5-liter V6 engine had a disturbing tendency to burn through oil at an alarmingly fast rate. Some owners reported going through a quart of oil every 1,000 miles, which led to engine problems and costly repairs. Dealers had a hard time moving these models off their lots, especially as the years went by. Prices were slashed, warranties were extended, but Ford couldn't get rid of enough Edges, even with all the incentives. Even with their heavily discounted price tags, these SUVs simply didn't offer the reliability consumers wanted. The Edge did eventually get a major redesign in 2015, but the earlier models left a lasting bad impression. Number 8. 2015 Fiat 500X. At number 8, we have the 2015 Fiat 500X. The 500X was supposed to be a fun and quirky little crossover, a spin-off of the popular Fiat 500 hatchback. While the Fiat 500X had a stylish interior and the promise of European flair, it quickly became clear that Fiat had missed the mark when it came to execution. The 500X was plagued by engine problems, particularly with its 2.4-liter Tiger Shock 4-cylinder engine. The engine tended to overheat, and in some cases, it even failed entirely, forcing owners to replace it long before its expected lifespan. The 500X's transmission wasn't much better. Many owners complained about rough shifts, hesitation, and even complete transmission failure in early models. On top of that, the car's electrical system was a mess, with issues ranging from malfunctioning infotainment screens to power windows that wouldn't work. Despite Fiat's attempts to fix these issues, the 500X failed to capture the market. Dealerships couldn't get these cars off the lot, even with hefty price cuts, and Fiat ultimately discontinued the model after 2019. Number 7. 2008-2011 Honda Crosstour. Number 7 on our list is the 2008-2011 Honda Crosstour. Honda is known for making cars that are reliable, efficient, and well-built, but the Crosstour, not so much. The Crosstour was a hatchback crossover hybrid that never really found its audience. While it was built on the same platform as the Accord, the Crosstour's awkward design and poor fuel efficiency turned many buyers off. Despite the fact that Honda generally makes excellent cars, the Crosstour was plagued by poor driving dynamics, limited rear visibility, and a strange design that didn't quite fit into either the SUV or sedan category. It wasn't a true crossover, and it wasn't sporty enough to be a hatchback. Consumers just didn't know what to make of it. Dealers had a hard time selling the Crosstour, even when it was deeply discounted. Honda had to offer rebates and incentives just to get buyers interested. But in the end, the model was discounted after just 4 years. Even loyal Honda fans weren't ready for the Crosstour. Number 6. 2014 to 2017 Nissan Juke. At number 6 is the 2014 Nissan Juke. The Juke is one of those cars that was either loved or hated, with a few people sitting on the fence. Its bold, funky design was intended to set it apart from the rest of the compact crossover crowd. But unfortunately, the Juke's looks were just the tip of the iceberg when it came to its problems. The biggest issue with the Juke was its powertrain, specifically the continuously variable transmission. While Nissan was pushing the Juke as an efficient city car, the CVT was incredibly prone to failure. Many Juke owners experienced transmission issues as early as 50,000 miles, with some even having to replace the entire transmission. The engine was unpowered, making the Juke feel sluggish on the road. And despite its compact design, the interior was cramped and uncomfortable for adults. It was a small car with a small engine and small interior, and Nissan struggled to sell it in large numbers. Even with generous discounts, dealers had a tough time getting rid of the Juke, and it was eventually discontinued in 2017. Number 5. 2008 Chevrolet Malibu. Number 5 on the list is the 2008 Chevrolet Malibu. On paper, the Malibu seemed like a solid option for anyone looking for a reliable, affordable midsize sedan. However, the 2008 model was riddled with issues and quickly soured its reputation. One of the most common problems with the Malibu is its engine. Drivers frequently reported that the engine would stall, or in some cases fail altogether, leaving owners stranded. This was especially common in vehicles equipped with the 2.2-liter four-cylinder engine. The Malibu's electrical system was another weak point. Power windows would often fail and the infotainment system would freeze, forcing many owners to pay for costly repairs. Despite being one of the more affordable midsize sedans at the time, the Malibu's poor reliability kept it from becoming a top choice for buyers. Dealerships had a hard time moving these vehicles, even with huge price cuts and generous incentives. Number 4. 2001 to 2004 Ford Explorer. Now, number 4 is a car that caused a massive recall and shook the auto industry. The 2001 to 2004 Ford Explorer, equipped with Firestone tires, became infamous for its deadly combination. The tires on these Explorers were prone to blowouts, which caused the vehicle to roll over, leading to several fatalities. The incident led to one of the largest recalls in automotive history, with over 14 million vehicles affected. Despite Ford's efforts to recall and repair the affected models, the damage was done. Dealers had a hard time moving these Explorers, even at heavily discounted prices. The poor safety reputation of the Explorer with Firestone tires lingered long after the recall, and many consumers turned away from the model. This situation marked a dark chapter in Ford's history, and the Explorer's association with this scandal made it impossible for dealers to offload these cars. Number 3. 2014 Jeep Cherokee. At number 3 is the 2014 Jeep Cherokee. The 2014 model was a significant redesign for Jeep, but unfortunately, it wasn't the leap forward Jeep hoped it would be. The car was introduced with a new 9-speed automatic transmission, but it quickly became one of the biggest issues. Owners reported rough shifting, hesitation, and even complete transmission failure, which led to frustrating driving experiences. The transmission issues were so widespread that Jeep had to recall a large number of these vehicles. But that wasn't the only problem. The 2014 Cherokee also had serious electrical malfunctions. Many owners dealt with issues like unresponsive infotainment systems, faulty power windows, and defective sensors that caused the car to misbehave. Despite Jeep's rugged reputation, the Cherokee fell short on both off-road capability and day-to-day reliability. Dealers had a tough time moving these vehicles, even with significant price cuts and offers. It wasn't until Jeep made improvements to the Cherokee in later years that the model started to recover, but the 2014 version remains one of the least reliable and most troublesome vehicles in Jeep's lineup. Number 2. 2000 to 2005 Chrysler PT Cruiser. Next on the list, at number 2, is the Chrysler PT Cruiser. This vehicle's retro-inspired design turned heads when it first launched, but its performance and reliability quickly became its downfall. Powered by a 2.4-liter engine, the PT Cruiser struggled with sluggish acceleration and poor fuel efficiency. The 4-speed automatic transmission was frequently problematic, often failing much earlier than expected and costing owners a lot in repair bills. Aside from mechanical issues, the PT Cruiser was also plagued by electrical problems and a cheap interior that didn't age well. Its unique design couldn't save it from becoming a niche vehicle with limited appeal. Chrysler made attempts to update the model in later years, but by then its reputation was already tainted. Even with deep discounts, dealers couldn't move these cars, and they remained stuck in showrooms for long periods. Ultimately, the Chrysler discontinued the PT Cruiser in 2010, and despite efforts to revitalize it, the PT Cruiser was a hard sell for dealers, who struggled to even give it away. And coming in at number 1, the 2007 to 2008 Pontiac Aztek. At number 1, we have the Pontiac Aztek, a car that's often cited as one of the ugliest vehicles ever made. The Aztek was as much a design disaster as it was a mechanical one. The 4-speed automatic transmission was prone to slipping and complete failure well before 50,000 miles, forcing owners to pay for costly replacements. The 3.4-liter V6 engine, while functional, was underpowered for its size, and the car's overall performance felt sluggish. On top of that, it suffered from numerous electrical issues, such as malfunctioning power windows and faulty airbag sensors. The Aztek's quirky design did not resonate with the public, and despite heavy discounts, dealerships had trouble moving it off the lot, even with a significant price cut. The Aztek became one of the most infamous failures in automotive history. Despite being discontinued in 2005, it remains a symbol of poor design and a massive sales failure, even among dealers who couldn't give it away. So there you have it, the 10 worst cars that dealers just couldn't give away, whether it was poor design, mechanical failures, or just a lack of appeal. These models are a cautionary tale for anyone considering a used vehicle. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, make sure to do your research to avoid ending up with one of these lemons. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more automotive insights and reviews. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever owned one of these cars? Or do you have a car you think should have made the list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.